Dumela hle botho wa me ke go amogela leina la Mpumelelo SirGift Kgang, and this is yet another exclusive episode of the Ink and Think podcast. Malotsana utlwang ka ko morago, the background music is because of my guest today is Mpumelelo Dumisa, alongside the brilliant and talented actor Kgwadi Selolo. Wafethu, it finally happened and we're here.
It's a pleasure.
Negret wafethu.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you sure you guys are good?
No,
Nah,
we are
perfect.
good. How are you?
I am okay. I'm looking forward to be having this conversation, and I am so happy that I got to have conversations before this conversation, because I realized that this man here
Clearly,
mastermind, man. And Kgwadi, I'm happy that we, for the people that don't know, we actually did an episode before I got to watch you doing Steve Over the Puppeteer, you know? And I felt like I did not do justice to our interview. After I watched your performance, I was like, we have to come back and do this thing. But Fitch, we're here to talk about Artistry Unleashed. But before that, I heard, would you guys have a gift for me?
Oh, yes. So, courtesy of Lihleithemba Media,
Yeah.
we decided, because the Ink and Think podcast
Yeah.
has potential to bring hope for many people, and us as Lihleithemba Media decided that you should have Ithemba Elihle as well. This is a gift for you, courtesy of us, and we hope you enjoy it.
A beautiful hope. Lihleithemba Media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate this. I'm wearing this now.
Yes, please.
For me, we're going to start to actually be talking about Lihleithemba Media.
Sure.
Where does it come from? What does it represent? Who are the people behind? And what's the mission?
Right. So, Lihleithemba Media is an organization or a foundation which aims to really empower and liberate youth who are talented, especially in the space of the arts. So if you've got a talent, whether it's singing, art, drawing, dancing, all those kind of things, acting, like my wonderful thespian right here beside me, we aim to support those people and give them a platform to showcase how they can use their talent and their craft to change the world. And that's what it is about. It started in 2023, basically with the idea of, instead of waiting for someone to come and save you, why don't you save yourself so that you can save others? So that's how the idea came about. And that's the teaching came from Ushembe, because I'm from the Shembe church. And the idea was that why don't you create something as opposed to wanting to? So let's say if you wanted to go and work at Cash Build or Build It, something like that, and then you lost your job, why don't you go and start your own hardware? You know, sell your own bricks, sell your own paint and all those things. And then you'll have so much more benefit from that as well. So that was what we did. And this is where we are now.
And I heard you speaking about the black stars that are on the T-shirt, and I found that concept very interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about it?
Right. So if you look at my shirt over here, we have the black background and then these white icons here.
Yeah.
And this is a representation. Let me just move this. This is a representation of when you step outside in the evening and you look at the night sky, and then you see all these stars. You see the galaxy, and we all know that a galaxy is a home for stars, right? And this is what Lihleithemba Media is. We are a home for stars. Here's one right beside me. I like to think of myself as one too.
Yeah.
So a home for the stars, and that's what the galaxy is, and this is what Lihleithemba is, and then this is the symbol behind these T-shirts. So when we did the white one would think that we just simply inverted the colors, but everything we do at Lihleithemba tends to have a message to it. So instead of just because of inverting colors, we also decided to make these stars black, because we want people to believe that a black can be a star too, right? We are African people, and we can be stars too, especially in the current South Africa, where certain racial injustices and social issues regarding race are not always addressed. We want to kind of be at the forefront of that and say, as a black person, you can be a star too. And this is what the symbol of this is.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I think every time I'm going to be wearing this, it's going to serve as a reminder that as a black child, I am a star. Yeah.
Definitely.
Kgwadi, before we speak a little bit about the event that's going to be happening, Artistry Unleashed, I want us to tap into you as a person. So I'm going to be reading your bio. It's a long one, so I'm just going to make sure that I try to summarize it if I can actually find it. Okay. I'm struggling a little bit to open
PDF.
Yeah, I had it with me here, but it's okay. I'll go back to Mpumi.
Okay.
Pumi, I'm going to be reading your surname is Dumisa, ne?
Yes.
Which means to praise.
Yes.
I wonder if was that intentional from your family, that you're from a family of believers, I would assume.
True.
You are people who praise.
Definitely.
You are also a musician.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just read your bio here. Mpumelelo Dumisa is musician and a writer as well. His most popular contribution to the arts are through music, specifically composing hymns from the Nazareth Baptist Church of Ebuhleni. Mpumelelo Dumisa seeks to spread Shembe's message through song and advocates for unity. Mpumelelo is working on a novel. He loves writing poetry, just overall a huge fan of literature. And Mpumelelo is an executive member playing an advisory role of Lihleithemba Media House. You know, if ever I need somebody to sell ice cream during winter, call this guy. You know? Can you talk a little bit about your journey as a musician, man?
So I've been playing music for just over 12 years now,
Yeah.
I would say. And it kind of just started from hearing. That's literally how the journey started. I started off listening to music. My musical icon is Moken Tulani Kuzwayo. So shout out to the legend if he's listening. So I started just going to church, and then I would hear him playing esontweni. And then Mang Moses like esontweni, I'd be like, okay, what is that I'm hearing, you know? And people would be singing in church. And I remember my mom giving me stick for it, like, why are you not singing? We're singing here in church. But I was just so deep in just listening to this whole thing that I was listening to through the speakers. And then I think Putando. And then from there, I kind of just was always chasing this dream of, if I could be even like a small inch close to being like him, then I will have achieved a lot. So then it started. I got my first phone, and then my next phone, and then one of the phones I had, then there was an app where you could download like just a piano app, right? And just kind of randomly, I would just start playing keys, and then from playing a note to playing a key to playing a chord, and then putting together something that resembles what I would hear in church, and then I'd be like, okay, I like this. And then fortunately, my parents, God bless them, they kind of saw that, oh, yeah, and then from there, that's when I got my first keyboard. And it was like, from Cash Crusaders, it was like 500 rands, you know. And if you look at the keyboards, we were with the Kgwadi at this music store, and we were looking at how their keyboards now well over 50,000 rands, right? But my first one was 500 rands. But that was a lot for me, because it was like my gate into this realm that I wanted so bad to step into. So then I started playing, and then started playing in church, which was a huge thing, because that was when compliments started to fly in, and I'm like, okay, maybe konting yenzayo. And then I just kept honing it, and then long story short, this is how I found myself where I am today.
Okay. Is there a reason? Your music is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, very beautiful. Can you talk about the song? Umkhululi Wethu. What was happening when you were composing the song? And also, is there a reason why there are no lyrics in your songs?
So these are all hymns. So everything that I put out is a hymn from church. So Gukona Intektu is Selolo, which is the hymn book from our church. And then these songs are sung. And then when I make these songs, there's basically instrumentals of those. So probably there would be lyrics had there been, say, a vocalist within the song or so on. Then I would have probably made an effort to do that. But probably in future releases, I will definitely be putting out lyrics for those who just want to be like, okay, I hear this, but then what does it mean? What is it saying? Because I can see the title. But this song specifically is actually probably my favorite song this year. It's called Mkhululi Wethu within the album Tiklo Mkhululi, which I released in April earlier this year. And it's done a lot. People have listened to it, and it's far exceeded my expectations for the song. But it goes Umkhululi Wethu thina nzalo kadingana benosenza ngakhona ufikile umkhululi simzwile. And the song speaks about Umkhululi Wethu, our Redeemer, who us as descendants and of izilo zethu ingonyama zethu kwaZulu odingana benosenza ngakhona, which in today's time, if we listen to the story, certain individuals when they came ondlebe khanyilanga mabefika kulelizwe, and then they tried to oppress Africans in general, not just maybe thina kwaZulu kuphela, sonke singabantu abamnyama nje. We were oppressed, and certain things happened, and izinto ezenza ukuthi umuntu ayeke ukuba umuntu abuyele mhlambe entweni angasiyo. So isithi ngoma ke umkhululi ufikile uzosikhulula kuleyo nto leyo ukuthi sibuyele sibe indlu kasenza ngakhona nodingane. Earlier on in the hymn book, kwisabelelo ithi uzoyibutha echithekeni kwayo, okwakhomba ukuthi indlu yadingana nosenza ngakhona ichithekile kodwa ufikile umkhululi uzoyikhulula. And that's the strong message behind the song. We have umkhosi omkhulu kaJuly, which is where all Nazarites will gather in the month, and then they'll have all these kinds of events that happen during the month. And I was honored to have this song played there so many times throughout that whole thing, which was kind of like, it was an exciting thing because Umoken, who I alluded to earlier as my idol, it's normally his songs and few other people's songs that are played there. And then my song as just some guy who, didn't know a keyboard like all those years ago is now being played in that same space, which was such a big thing for me. So that's kind of that song's story for me.
You're a poet as well, into literature. Your bio is alluding to the fact that you're going to be writing a novel very soon. Is it coming out? And also, what's your plan with writing?
I write for my enjoyment so far, but because I'm such a fan of the art, we could do anything with the art, especially because we're part of this brand right here. So the novel, it's crazy because I started this novel back in 2019, right? It actually just started, I was writing a story about myself and a crush that I had in high school, right? And I was writing about how things were happening, but then, of course, referring to myself in the third person, and how I remember one day I arrived at school. My friend Dando will know about this. I remember writing about how when I arrived in school, she was arriving at the same time as me. And I greeted her, we spoke a little bit, and then I just didn't know what to say anymore. And then the overriding embarrassment kind of overcame me, and I just ran away. So, you don't laugh. You've had this before.
He's laughing because he can relate, obviously.
Exactly. So the fear and kind of nerves that happened. So I was kind of writing about this kind of story and how it escalated. So at some point, I will kind of take it back. I kind of did stop writing about it for a while, but I've not stopped writing, as you've already said. So I do poetry. I do write here and there, like all different kinds of pieces. So
Well, what's the title of the novel?
It doesn't have a title. It was literally just, I wrote demo there and then just wrote the story. Oh,
it's still untitled. Tando of it.
I
love a very beautiful and mysterious thing. You're also into IT as well. So how are you using all these gifts to make sure that they infuse into the kind of person that you are?
And the kind of person I am, I'm a bit of a nerd. So it kind of just makes sense that I'm doing computer science, right? In some kind of way, shape, or form, because that's how you'd associate a nerd to, right? So that's kind of just a part of me, and I've always just been interested in technology. We were talking about phones just now before we started this podcast. With writing, kind of gives me a gateway into a world that might not exist for me right now, but I can write about that world and then exist in that world, and then that will be me living that reality in a way. So also, I think with IT, in terms of what I'm using it for right now, because I'm a member of Lihleithemba Media, I'm actually coding a website for us right now, right? So that we can have a website where we have information about the organization itself, like you'd asked me, our talents, events that are coming up, and of course, like we're all so well dressed right now, once we decide to continue selling the merchandise that we have, and people will be able to find it there.
Yeah.
So I've been coding that website.
Man, I know that you're very familiar with biblical scriptures. I'm thinking of this particular scripture of where the Lord has given these people talents, and He tells them, all of them, to use them, and then He comes back and this particular person didn't use their gift. You know, I love the fact that you are tapping into everything that you have in you. You know. And from what I can tell, from conversations that we have had, I can tell that there's even more, you know. Yeah. So Lihleithemba is so blessed to have you.
Appreciate that.
We, La Mhlabeni, you are a gift, you know. We're going to speak more on that. I want to go to this generational actor here, man. Yeah. You did not yet to see Steve the Puppeteer.
No, actually I didn't.
Yeah, it's coming back. You're gonna get to see it.
Yeah.
This man right here, man. Kgwadi.
Tove.
Yeah, I've managed to open your bio. It's very long, but I'm just going to try to read the first part of it. Yeah. Kgwadi Filimoni. Come on, Mpumelelo. As a 23-year-old, are you still 23?
Yes.
Yeah, man. People are pushing in life, right? As a 23-year-old man, born and raised in Dumisa, Kgwadi has been in the art industry, for 10 years, and is a dynamic and multifaceted talent with passion for both acting and directing, which has seen him being featured as an actor, a dancer in more than 30 community theatre plays and dance piece from different community groups, namely Selolo Theatre Group, Umzekelo Cultural Organization, Marapo, Anaga, and the TX Theatre. Kgwadi has won multiple theatre awards for the best lead actor, Hillbrow Outreach School Festival, TX Theatre Festival, best supporting actor, best runner-up actor, Hillbrow Outreach School Festival, as well as a cameo role in Pumi, I think I'm gonna need your glasses in times come. I just don't want people to call me a nerd yet. Because when you're a nerd, you have to have the information that Pumi has, right?
Sure. Wow.
Yeah, best runner up, okay, as best cameo in, okay, it doesn't say with best cameo in what. Yeah. Okay, in both formal training in both acting and directing, and then it says enrolling in Tshwane University of Technology. Of course, this man is educated, man. Young man with dreams of becoming the greatest actor the world has ever seen. I have witnessed that. Kgwadi's actor career has been witnessed on bigger stages, international and local. The Goldsmith University, London, Market Theatre, State Theatre, Tin Town Theatre, the TX Theatre, and Gymnasia Theatre, NAF, and Bloemfontein Park Offs. Man, sounds like you've had a beautiful journey. Can I take you back, Go Simolotse, you know? Yeah, briefly, it's what guy, it's a lie.
Just briefly, it's like it was from the dusty street at Dumisa. As a young boy, not having interest in playing with other boys in terms of soccer and all those things. What I would do is sit around at home, go to school, and then come back until my mother took my hand and said, "Let's go to play with other kids because you cannot be sitting here and not doing anything." And how I found out about my talent, I don't know how it happened. It just seemed to happen. I gelled in, I found they were doing poetry, drama, dance, and I knew nothing about those things. But then I kept on developing the love for it. and then I saw myself in it, and also how it developed to what it is today, the actor people see. It's because it came from a space of healing. It came from a space of me really getting to know myself, who I am. You know, it came from a space of confronting my fears. It came from a space of expressing my emotions, because I would bottle a lot of things in me. But through dance, when I perform on stage, I was able to release certain emotions in me. Through acting, I was able to release emotions and things that I could not talk about to anyone, you see. So the love came from me healing myself in this craft, and the craft feeding me, you know, internally. So that's when I knew that this is what I'm meant for, you see. This is what is meant for me. And it kept on growing. A lot of people witnessed me, TX Theatre, I worked in various community groups because I wanted to find the difference in these community theatres and not be but again boxed to one thing. So I wanted to explore before finding myself. And then I was exploring, doing the dances, and then X found me at TX Theatre, and then we did a lot of theatre plays, and then the acting developed from that, and it became what it is today. So the journey became from a space of healing and trying to know myself. Even today, it is still me finding myself in this craft.
Yeah. Beautiful thing is that when you heal, you are able to heal people through your art. You know, I'm sure Mpumelelo can relate with what he's doing with music, because at the end of the day, the intention is to heal our people, to return them, you know, as he was saying. Yeah. Can you speak a little bit about the recent show that I saw, Steve Over the Puppeteer? How did it come about? And tell me a little bit about your involvement. And also, if you remember the synopsis of what the show is about, can you tell me about it? Because also I want to see how the Steve Over the Puppeteer somehow relates with you in person. Yeah.
Okay. So how it came about, flip. 2023, they called me Ejo. Hey, mana. Voice utswile mo show because of some political things. So they called me in 3 days to perform. They had a season Yako TX, and I had to jump in. And by then, jumping into someone else's shoes is very difficult, because you have to distinguish yourself from acting like them and trying to become them, because you have seen them doing it, and then putting yourself in the play. So it became a very difficult process. We performed. I was not confident with those performances, but I did it anyway. And then it went to Ishashalazi. Yes, Ishashalazi. It went to Ishashalazi and Zwagala. Zwagala, we went to top 4, but unfortunately, we couldn't get the season at the market. So went to Grahamstown with Steve Over the Puppeteer, got an ovation, and then went to Parkoff's, and then came back, and then that's how Mr. Skabi saw the show in Grahamstown and said, hey, I want this show to be staged at the biggest theatre in the continent, State Theatre. So my involvement in the show came from when the actor dropped them off, and then I had to jump in. So the story is literally about us as artists. It's about a struggling artist trying to make it out there. A puppeteer is a puppet master. He's been doing it for years, and at some point he used to provide in this house with this puppetry, and found a woman, and now the woman is pregnant, and now the man cannot provide anymore with this craft, but he still have dreams. He still have a hope that this thing can come back and revive the family. But it never happens because life on its own, dry season the artist. Ejokadula 2 years because of this industry of ours. And then what happens is that this man is struggling to really but again provide for his family, and that on its own creates a mental illness for this man, and he ends up killing himself, Yeah, because the only hope that he had was this woman, because this woman has has been supporting him day in and day out. You see, as an artist, mangana foko media me if you gonna something ejo twaranya so wabon udire daidem. You can go to audition, you can buy props, wabon. And then when this woman abu ya to botsar emonamfit bon ntwe how utlawon ntwe yetsang aseselo tswara.
Yeah.
And then the only woman on a believer more in over we are just a clown, and this man decides to go and kill himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has been a very relatable story, especially to us as artists. You know, a true story. It came, even the person who wrote it, it came from a space of knowing.
Yeah.
Not an idea, but what we see.
We're talking about Abednego
and Given.
Yeah,
Mawuleka.
yeah,
Yes.
Given Mawuleka, Le Abednego Morudi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abednego Murudi. So it came from a space of knowing.
Yeah.
Hence it's very personal. Even Lartsanagara de Riazan, it's personal because these people see themselves in this character.
Yeah.
So they see themselves. Everyone sees themselves, and especially as an artist. Yeah, well. So it was personal to that level. Even Mr. Sekabia, why he took the show to come to as they did is because he saw himself at some point in his life. Something like this might have been part of his journey.
The struggles that artist goes through.
That goes through.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question. But first, you didn't mention the fact that when you were given this production to perform, you were actually given 4 days.
Yes.
So
3 days, in fact.
3 days.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want us to tap into that so that you can tell me how much it took for you to actually prepare and to make sure that you remember all those lines within 3 days.
Oh,
But
you mean for the recent?
no, for the
Okay,
time you were
the
given.
time,
I get it.
okay.
They had Uvusi. He's one of my favorite actors as
Great.
well. Shout out to
Ah.
Vusi. Vega.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that time? You were given 4 days, 3 days actually, to prepare
Sure.
to do this production.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me the amount of work, the work that you put in to make sure that you remembered those lines within 3 days.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah.
I would. Frustration. So everything I do, if I'm washing the dishes, I have a script here. If I'm going to the toilet, I have the script. If I am going to the bed, underneath my pillows, script is there. So it took me. I think I got a script. I would. Well, I don't think motho a ka tshwara script sa felela in 3 days.
Yeah.
Probably yes. Mara ho senza the way tlamehile se be ka ona. It can never be. It is possible, but it comes with a form of understanding the script. What does the script require of you? So it requires you of certain elements, and you are not going to say line by line. You just have to understand where the story is going. And in order for you to manage this coming performance, just remember where the story is going. And once you know where the story is going, then you can add your own lines where you have forgotten. You can add certain lines so that you don't lose the story. As long as you know where the story is going, then you can be able to run it for.
So you
for the
improv.
time. Improv, but hard work of not sleeping and all those things. But the main important thing was to improvise. Improvise the story until I reach. And also the person who I was with, which is Tumi, and the director and the whole cast, they carried me. You understand? I know if kilatle story. If I look at Tumi, if I look at Maine, just with the cue of the music, the puppets, so they carried me. I wasn't able to do it by myself, but the whole team carried me to say,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I managed to do it. Yeah.
Another thing that is at the center of this story, and by the way, thank you that you placed yourself in a place of being vulnerable.
Sure.
And knowing that I could fail, but yet I'm still going to be doing this, because theater, you have to be performing live in front of people. So you're basically placing yourself in a position of failing in front of people. So one of the things that is highlighted in the story is obviously the support. So I want to use that to ask you, Bumi, and then I'm going to come to you, Kgwadi. As an artist there have to be people who support you, especially
Definitely.
at a place where we are. So can we talk about those people in your life, Pumagutsi? Who are those people who are making sure that they are holding you, making sure that the dream don't die?
So now I must be careful that I make sure that I get everybody here, because there's a lot of support. I'm lucky enough
No, if
to
it's
be
family, you can group there, but
I'm lucky to be supported by a lot of people. Firstly, everyone who listens to the music, that's already like quite encouraging when you look and then you see the numbers and it's like, oh wow, there's a lot of people here. But I would say my parents as a start, because they've been there since day one. Like I said, with the first keyboard and stuff, so that was bought for me, and even my second keyboard and my third one. I'm not gonna say how many keyboards I have now, but so certain brothers of mine within church, the co-founder Lihle,
shout out to Lihleithemba.
he actually gave me the name once. Like, he heard how I could play and he said, igama lakho wena namhlanje seku-genius, which is short for instrumental genius. That's how he saved me, even on his phone and everything. So it's kind of just support like that. And then once you get that support, you believe you can do it. Right? You believe you can do it. People like Otsepo Mngoni, if you're listening, certain individuals like that, those people, when they show you the support to it, okay, wow, we really think you can do this and you're actually quite good at this, you feel liberated to do it more, to do it better. And even if you're not as best as you can be, you actually work harder, because you know that people are watching with keen eyes and they're supporting you, either from close by or from a distance, that they're willing you on. You kind of want to do better. Yeah.
I love it, man. Kgwadi, I'm going to throw the question back to you. Let's talk about the people that are supporting you, just like the character that was supporting your character, Steve Ovo.
Sure. The people who are supporting me, most importantly, the community, and also the family that I come from. Taima, Sester, Hrotman, Donakun, Ban support. Unfortunately, my mother could not get the chance to see me and support me, but it comes from family. And also, when I mean family, I mean family can be from outside also. You see, other theater practitioners, the community that we have built at the TX Theater and Moses Molelo God Center, that community is very supportive to each other. You see, we build each other through the work and all that. So the support comes from my mentors, Abo X, Abo Gift, Abo
so that we can
Gift Angobeni.
Shout out, man.
Bare Mpumelelo mweketile part of the TX, Bo Helman Lobona, they've been there for my journey. So a lot of people, Bo Peseni, Bota, and also Bo McDonald from Selolo. So the support comes from that community of people who we have created for ourselves, you see. So, and also my peers, I get support from them. TUT, they support me. They are there for me. My friends are there for me, you see. So the support comes from a lot and bunch of people. And also the support comes from the spiritual world. God is there to support me. My ancestors are there to support me.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's beautiful, man. I want us to go back to Steve Over the Puppeteer, because the show, I want us to talk about the message. For me, obviously, as somebody who enjoys art, it was like, okay, I understand what is being depicted here. I'm enjoying this. Not every story has to have like a happy ending, But are you not worried about the kind of message that is sending out? And also, who's the message for? Like when you're communicating with the director and the writers, For me, I enjoyed it, and I showed with other creatives we did like enjoy the show. It was like it was beautiful, but we were like hoping somehow Steve Ovo is gonna make it, And it was like it tore us inside, man. Watching that show, Pubi, it was like hey man, this is me here. This is me. You know, obviously there was that relatability, but I want us to talk about the flip side of the whole thing.
Sure.
Mm.
So the message, most importantly, it was to show how artists live like, not to sugarcoat anything, so that we send the message as it is out there, to say this is the struggles that we go through, and at the end, these are some of the things that, but again, motivate people to go and commit suicides. So the message was clearly to highlight the struggle of artists, and to highlight that we need to be taken serious as people, because in this country we are also workers and we need to be seen as workers. So the message was more into the people rather than the creatives and theater practitioners, because you guys, you know your story, it's part of you. But the people who don't know us, so that they can get a glimpse of how our world looks like. I know it's a very traumatic space, very traumatic story, but in order for them to be able to take us into consideration, they need to know exactly how we live, so that they can be able to sympathize with us.
So it was basically to raise awareness that
Yes.
this is us, see us, these are our struggles.
Yes.
All right.
Very much.
Pumi, at Lihleithemba Media, you come across Lihleithemba. Lihleithemba. Yeah, I wanted to talk about how you guys mitigate those kind of challenges that artists face, you know, because I'm sure that as you've spoken, the idea is to like bridge, to build a bridge in that gap between these struggling artists and their dreams, to make sure that they reach their full potential. Before we talk about Artistry Unleashed, can you talk about that?
So, as an artist or anyone in the art space, ayikho into ebuhlungu njengokuthi ngesikhathi wenza into bese uboniswa ngathi lento yenzayo ayilutho noma ayikisi indawo, right? Sorry to say that in vernacular, but I feel like that was the best way to put it.
It's okay.
So, when you feel like what you're doing isn't actually a thing, then you really will feel demotivated, right? So we try to create, number one, an environment, right, such as this festival that we're coming, but I think we'll talk about that later, that to show them that, number one, your talent and your art can do great things in this world, right? And the moment that validation and acknowledgement and recognition is shown, I feel like that is quite encouraging for anyone in art, right? Because I've seen it with myself, and I'm sure you've seen it too. So we're hosting a festival. We also want to do workshops and masterclasses and events such as like what we're going to talk about, to try and have these people showcase their talent, showcase what they can do, and let it be seen by important people who can make things happen for them, so that we allow them, like, the whole thing is about having a platform. Once you have a platform to do what you can do best, then it will work so much more for you than just doing it without a platform. So like we were talking about earlier, the whole thing is about support. So if we can get people to be supported in the arts, like he was saying, people who are in arts, artists, are workers too. So once that gets recognized, then it will be so much better for everyone doing art, and that's what we aim to do.
What is it that you think that artists themselves can do to make sure that they feel supported?
This might sound quite, I don't know, patronizing, but just do it. Like, the more you do of what you do, there's no way you won't get anything from that. You can't plant a seed and then something not sprouting from that. You know, you can't plant an apple seed and then a banana comes out. So the more you do for your art, surely someone will see it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but that's why Lihleithemba is here, so that we can support these artists. But hone your skill, hone your craft, do better. Try and, I remember when I was starting out, playing out this whole music thing, right? And not just maybe in church, but just playing music. I was probably not as good as I am today. Definitely not as good as I am today. But through practice, I can say I'm sitting here in front of you today. a lot of it is because of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that, man. And I love it so much. It was not patronizing. I think the message is very clear. Keep on doing what you do. Somebody at some point is going to actually recognize.
Just work hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk about the event itself? But before that, how do people make sure that they are, or how do people get into Lihleithemba Media if they want to be part of it?
Right. So Lihleithemba Media, I spoke on the website. We're trying to have that as soon as possible. We do have an Instagram where you can follow us. We do host some interesting prizes and stuff every now and again for our, like, just to engage our fan base and also to grow it, of course, because as much as it started in 2023, we're actually only starting to launch things like late last year and then beginning of this year, where we're starting to make things happen. Like we have this festival coming in September. So you can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook. We do have a TikTok, we do have a YouTube where we have some content there for you to check out, and many more coming soon. And then of course the website coming shortly as well.
From the IT man himself, he's going to do it. He's not going to wait for somebody.
No,
he's going to make sure that he do it.
We can't have someone coding the website for us when we've got that skill.
Yeah, but gents, as we're about to wrap up, let's talk about the Artistry Unleashed. This is going to be the second one.
Big event.
Big event.
Big event.
Yeah.
Big event.
Can you talk about it? What is it? What's the plan?
Right.
What's going to be happening?
So, Artistry Unleashed, as the name says, we're unleashing all kinds of artistry skills and talents. We're going to have dancers there. We're going to have singers there. We're going to have great actors there.
Yeah.
We're going to have poets. We're going to have praise poets. We're going to have the finest of the finest, right? We're going to have them there performing. It's going to be a festival, of course. So festival, the name is there. We're going to there's going to be vibes there, right? So if you're not going to be there, we don't know where you're going to be, but you're going to miss out if you don't come. You can get your tickets on web tickets. So we will probably have a link, and then everyone will be able to. We're trying to have some big people there as well, so that they can come and take a look at what the artists have in store for them, so that they can be supported too. One big esteemed artist that we've been trying to invite to our event is Minister Gayton McKenzie.
Yes.
So Minister, if you are watching this, please feel free to join us on this day, or at least send someone to come and take a look at things if you're not available, and then they'll let you know what they saw. But yeah, we're having this big event. We're going to have many, many talents, and I think Kgwadi will tell us about that.
Yeah.
But we have all of that and more, and we are expecting to see as many people there, including yourself there.
21st September.
21st September.
We'll definitely be there.
Be
TX
there.
Theatre.
Lovely. TX Theatre.
Sure. We're going to do an official invite towards the end when we're wrapping up. Kgwadi, who's going to be there? Because I hear there's going to be some beautiful theatre there. So is there some shows?
Finality show.
Can you talk about the shows that are going to be there?
So we're gonna be having 3 theatre performances. The first one, The Good and the Bad Idea by Thapelo Mogashwa, written and directed by him.
Shout out to Thapelo, man.
And then we're gonna have the Thing Between Us by Tabang Chau, performed by Tabang Chau and Mpumelelo, Piri, directed by Tuli Ngaweni, mentor and dramaturg by Aliyah Zama Matinte.
Some of my favorite people, man.
Yeah. And then the third one is Dead Weight by Tamsa Ngubani, written and directed by him. Tamsa Ngubani. Yeah. So
shout
the
out to
festival
Tammy, man.
Yes. It starts at 11. Dead Weight is at 3 o'clock. The Thing Between Us is at, where is that time? Okay, yeah, there's no time. And then The Good and Bad Idea is at 5 p.m. I'll find the one between the Thing Between Us, the time. Yeah.
So what time should we come, basically?
At
11.
the start. at the beginning.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
By 11 o'clock,
You
we
don't
should
wanna
be
miss
there.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's going to be some modeling. There's going to be some poetry. There's going to be music. Yeah. What else can you tell us about the event, Kgwadi?
So the event, the theme of it is more of bringing artists together, you see, to erase this thing of competition, because it's killing us as artists. So we need to collaborate more, you see, so that we don't be separated. Because when we are separated, even the outside world will see the gaps in us. But if we are together and then we embrace this creativity and artistry given into us, you see, hence I'm having fine artists come in, the models, dance, poetry, drama, you see, because of what? I want to bring each and every thing that has to do with artists in it. Yeah? So whether you are doing sculpture or anything, fashion, so that we become one, we build a world for ourselves where we can function for ourselves. Before the outside world can come and assist us, we need to know how we function. Yeah? So we bring togetherness, and it will be very, very much electrifying. Please come and watch it. There will be music there. Mpo will also come and perform.
Shout out to Mpo, man. Yeah.
Mpumelelo. A lot of them will come there. So you don't want to miss it, Abuti.
Yeah.
It's only 150.
Fair.
Ticket, fair. 150 fair.
I love it, man. Thank you from Mr. Festival Director, Kgwadi Selolo.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about alternative theatre spaces,
Right.
their importances, because of there are these big theatres that we love so much, but sometimes it's very difficult and very costly to get into those theatre spaces. So I wanted to talk about the importance of these alternative theatre spaces. What do they mean? How can they be supported? What's their importance, and what role do they play in the community of artists?
So alternative theatre spaces, I would say it's actually, crazy enough, looked down upon, yet it's actually the only gateway, or probably the most dominant gateway, into mainstream theatre.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the great actors who were built by alternative theatre, you have your John Ganis, you have Siyabonga Twala, Menzi Ngubane, all of these great actors. They were made by alternative theatre. They were performing their own pieces that they wrote themselves on the streets, you know, talking about their own message maybe, or things that they found needed to be spoken upon, but doing that through theatre and doing that on the streets and informal places that are not like related to mainstream. And it's kind of looked down upon and not very heavily supported, like you've mentioned. And then people will only kind of gravitate to these actors once they've made it on the bigger stages, and then that's when they gravitate and they're flocking towards, where's their show, where can I find them, where what series and movie are they acting in. But then that's like such a pity that they've not kind of supported to the grassroots route up to the top.
In the beginning of their journey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very important.
Let's talk about some of the people that are pushing these theatre spaces.
Sure.
You've spoken, you have worked a lot with Masilela. He's the founder of ETX Theatre, where the event is going to be. Could you talk about the important role that those kind of people play?
You see, first of all, if we did not have TX Theatre in Moses Molelagwa, most of artists wouldn't have been known.
Yeah.
Most of directors wouldn't have been known. Steve Ovo wouldn't have been at the State Theatre to have a season, because where it began, it was at the TX Theatre. You see, so if it was not of that space, most of directors, most of theatre practitioners wouldn't have been known. You see, so the importance comes from this one. It becomes a foundation for the mainstream. So the importance of having TX, especially in Tembisa, it's to liberate us as artists in Tembisa, and also the importance of it is more into sending the message into the community. You see, liberating our community through the stories that we tell, you know, sending messages out there, taking kids out of the streets and bringing them into the theater spaces. You see, the importance of having Abo X as mentors and all that. X did not know if TX was going to work. He never knew. but he believed in the dream. And now how many people are dreaming because of that dream that he believed in? So having X starting this independent space has created a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities for actors, for directors, for artists in Tembisa and the community, you see, because of the alternative space that he has created. So it is a very vital space to have, especially in the communities, because it is helping the talents that are given by God to be seen by people. Yeah, it's helping us to dream as young creatives. The dream was always to perform outside the country, to go travel the world. When I was with X, even now I'm still with him, I'm now traveling the world. You understand? So it's keeping the dreams alive. Everyone, Ekasi, has a story to write. He has a space to go and try and fail, and do it again and fail, and do it again and fail until he gets it right. Because that's a space, that is a free space that is granted unto us, and we are utilizing that as ama artists, as a Tembis. So it has become our core, what can I say? It's more of what's holding us together at Tembisa. So imagine if each and every community had this independent space that they can function from. What greatness would we have by now in the country? You understand that? So they make a lot and huge difference, these independent spaces. Yeah, well, and having our X believing in it has created a inspiration for us young artists, because we look up to them. We see that they had a dream and they made it, and also we have a dream and we're gonna make it because they did it. So why can't we make it? So it's like we are saying, Anang Grootman have paved the way for us. And then we cannot just walk on that way and say, "Hi, Siapambili, let's wait until they pave another way." Let's also help them pave the way. That's what Lihleithemba Media is doing, to say, yes, you did this, okay, we can take it further and do this also later on. Yeah, because the dream, like I told you, is to fill up FNB Stadium. And how, we don't know. But someday.
So we have to like build from where we are. Can you speak about some of the theatre works that you worked with him, Xolis?
We did These Are Not My Shoes, about fatherless sons. One where the father left and the mother has to deal with the boys into raising the boys to becoming men, and the boys want to be like their fathers. So they are not listening to their mother, but they are wishing that their father would have been here to guide them. You know? Some of it Malepa, very spiritual. X is a ritualistic theatre practitioner, so he likes more things that are into the ritualistic performances. We did Malepa, we did Liina, which got 4 nomination at the Naledi Awards, which there got a nomination for a Naledi for Best Actor.
Man.
You know? So yeah, we did that one, and Adam's Ale also recently behind Van Vieren's Farm, which will be performing at the market from the 24th until the 28th. So we did now in collaboration with the California University, we are doing a production about the civil rights movements and the 1976 apartheid uprising. So yeah, it's a collaboration between the Americans and South African artists in telling the common story that we have together.
To build that parallel between the black struggles in the US and the black struggle in the South Africa. So where is it going to be performed?
It's going in October now. It's going to California to be staged there. But its first performance, its first stage was in Grahamstown, Wakanda, this year. So we go to California, we are going to stage it, hopefully to come back again. If State Theatre gives us a season, they will, not if, they will. And then we can come back and stage it in the country. Yeah.
So unlike Steve Ovos, sometimes this journey works out.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a journey of faith, man. It's a journey of faith. Pupi, I wanted to talk about the visionary behind the Artistry Unleashed, Ulihle, the man himself. Can you talk about the important relationships that you guys have. You said at some point he did see your gift, and he even said, from today, I'm naming you the genius because of you are musical genius. You know, so can you talk about the relationship that you guys have and how is it important?
Zanengleba, you better hope I do justice here.
Yeah,
that's his name.
Beautiful name, man.
Yeah, come with umusa, kindness. So Ulihle is. Would it be wrong if I said he's crazy?
No.
Yeah.
I would have said
We
that
should.
also.
If he was not crazy, we wouldn't be here.
I would have said that.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
He does not conform to the idea that certain things are not possible. That's why some of us are here wearing like this today. So I would say that his relationship, his strongest relationship, is with his self. Because once you no longer believe it, we spoke about this the other day, about staying true to the fabric of your being. That's him to a T. Whether you say that, nah, man, you should give up on this. This is not going to work. It's not practical. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. Be realistic. He doesn't have any of that, right? He had a dream, like he said, we're going to fill up the FNB stadium one day. And that day is not far. And that's what he said, you know. He was like, we are going to host a theater show in the FNB stadium. That sounds crazy, right? A theater show in the largest stadium in this country is insane, just to think about it. But that's what we believe in.
Yeah.
That's what we believe in. And having that relationship with yourself, having that relationship with your dreams as well, you know, because you could have a dream but not have a very strong relationship with it. That will kind of actually lead to your downfall. So the creating of this brand, this idea, this vision is probably the strongest relationship we can talk about right now, aside from just connections that we have within the industry and people who we wish to work with one day and are currently working with and we want to establish relationships with and so on. But the strongest relationship has to be with the belief in what we cannot see right now. And that's it, the faith, the leap of faith, rather.
Yeah. Can you talk about his impact in your personal life besides your creative work?
Well, we've known each other long, right? And I think even outside of just the things that we do with our talents, we have this very close and brotherly relationship, which I think you share with him too. So we share a lot of laughs together, and when things are not going well within our lives, we're actually just able to talk to each other about it. And I think he's quite wise when I need someone who's wise, which is crazy because when it's reversed, it's exactly the same. So you'll be like, how can this person who I was seeking wisdom from now is now here seeking it from me as well? So we have this kind of situation where siyabonisana, it's okay, no, you should do like this, or this is making sense to me. What do you think about it? This has kind of happened, and so on. So we're very close. We share this intimate bond, and I feel like that also then helps us within Lihleithemba media space because of this bond we have outside of it. Then within it is we kind of just have this chemistry. Yeah.
No, I love it. Kgwadi, there's people like Bomkolisi, they create spaces.
Yes.
You know, people like Bolihle, they conceptualize this concept and they utilize these spaces that Abamkolisi built, you know. So it's a beautiful relationship, and then you guys come and then push the vision to make sure. Can we also speak about the kind of relationship that you have, Lihle, and what does it mean to you?
Umdlalan, as a brother to me. Man, in days where you feel like you can give up, because there are days where as a person you feel like you never see the vision of where you are going. Is one person when you think of him to say, how can this guy think about these things? How does he function as a person? It's not someone who can give up on something. You say, if you are failure man, Ejo, azame something, let's try to find something. I don't know what, but let's try to find something. And at the end of the day, we find it. If there's a problem, we deal with it. We talk about it. Sit down and say, Chief, this is how we can do this. This Ejo, how you can do this and this. So the relationship more, it's in the him as a person and having the ability to make solutions in times where you feel like there's no way out of this. So my relationship with him, as I have acted with him, so that's how I knew him. We were competing against each other, but in a very good way. When I step on stage, I tell him, Chief, so the relationship came from what we love together, which is performance, and he's a very great actor, which is someone also like Thabang Chauke. After Thabang Chauke left to the market, Lihle was there, you see. So someone I can compete with to say, hey, and then I can go back home and work on myself and come back. So he has been that person who motivates me to keep on going more, especially in the craft that I do.
Shout out, man, to the crazy dreamers and to making sure that they share their spirit with us. Say Vala Manj. Pumi, what's next for you, Fitz, besides the Artistry Unleashed?
Other than Artistry Unleashed, we're kind of just gonna keep running Lihleithemba Media. We're running it to the moon, and when we get to the moon, we're going to the sun. So those are the things that we're believing in right now. That's what we're working towards. We've got some really talented individuals trying to run this operation. Just to name a few, there's Mo Zimbata, there's Kgwadi next to me, Lihleithemba, all these people are dreamers, all these people, Lisedi, Mukwena. We have all these people who are trying to kind of send this thing. And it's crazy because when individuals that are doing great things on their own come together, some great things can happen. So to reach these milestones that we're going to talk about, that we've been talking about, we've got these individuals running those things. Just a quick shout out to Lihle again. He's out in the UK. He would have joined us for this interview. He's in the UK, pushing his dreams, striving for greatness, into inspiring us all here. So we're gonna grow Lihleithemba Media. For me, obviously, just continuing on with the studies and the music and so on. But from a Lihleithemba Media standpoint, we're just trying to grow it. We're trying to send it to the moon.
The music is available on YouTube. When is the novel coming out?
The novel, there's no time on it right now because I'm just working hard to kind of as an artist, once you step into a creative process, you kind of step out of it and then you have to kind of work yourself back into it and then work again. So I had stopped for such a long time. I have to step back into that and then continue writing. So with the novel, there's no time on it, but obviously, surely at some point through Lihleithemba, I'll be putting out poetry and pieces like that.
Thank you, man. We can't wait. But you sound like who's this guy? Is it George Martins, the one who wrote Games of Thrones? So his writing process is like forever delay. So there's like this book that people are waiting for. When they ask him, he answers like you, and even now he's still waiting. So we'll wait for him and we'll wait for you.
I mean, that's art though.
That's
art, definitely.
The art of waiting.
Kgwadi, me and you need to bring Waiting for Godot. We spoke about it. Some of the work that you've done, you've done Abom Kulu, which is available on Showmax. And then also you have done this film on Mzansi Magic, but I can't see the name of it. First Year is the name of the film. So people can still watch it, but I want to know what's next for you. Your theater works, television works. What's next for you, basically?
So you have to practice each and every day. So meaning you never stop practicing, even though if you don't know what's next for you, but you keep on practicing in your own space. But what's next for me is that ketlamo market theater gana mo moarampa Joburg ketlo dira stivovo ketlo beta behind Fanfirens farm. So ke na le double ke beta ka mo ke beta ka ha ona ro ka me so so ke beta yona tle be mo market. Please come on from the 24th of September until the 28th of September is the TX Theatre Hub. The market. So that's what's next for me. And also the other ones are coming in October. It is the California one. And then currently in film, not that much because I'm still invested in the
theatre.
theatre space, and also I'm still completing my degree, doing my final year at TUT in directing. Once I complete it, then next year I can then venture into the film, venture into those things. But I'm just focusing in theatre for now because that's the foundation of everything.
My chance, I want to say that I respect your craft, and I want to say that I see you, and I want to say that thank you for making me part of this journey. Pumi, I want us to close it. You're going to be looking into that camera. We're going to do the official invite. Going to be inviting. You said you wanted to invite the Minister of Sports and Arts and Culture.
Yeah.
You also want to invite people and collaborators. So we're going to give you the opportunity to shine as we wrap this up.
Right. So if you're interested in art, if you want to be a part of art, if you even care remotely about art, come and join us on the 21st of September at the TX Theatre for the Spectrum of Artistry Unleashed Festival by Lihleithemba Media and Spectrum Models, Inc. To our Minister, Gaten McKenzie, our invite is still open. Please join us. Please. We will be waiting for you. We probably will have a VIP section for you. Bring some friends along. Anyone who wants to support art, funders, sponsors, stakeholders, anything, you guys are free to join us and see what we have for you, because trust me, we have a lot. So please join us. Thanks.
Thank you, man. All right, so Lina Lameke Kabelo SirGift Khang, and my guest today was Mpumelelo Kgwadi, and I had a great joy. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope you're going to end your subscription, and I hope you're going to make your way to TX Theatre on the 21st of September. Going to be enjoying Artistry Unleashed. As I said, my name is Kabelo SirGift Khang. Shout out to KK behind the scenes, and shout out to MPT Studio. We're signing out.